Hi there, sixth graders. This is World History, Chapter 13, Lesson 2, West African Kingdoms. I'm starting on page 374. Do follow along. We start with the yellow bar with the preview. Main idea: many kingdoms developed in the savanna and forested areas of West Africa. But first, we have some great names and places to go through. Ghana, Kumbi, Mali, Timbuktu, Jenny Geno, and Gao. People: Sumanguru, Sundiata, Mansa Musa, Sani Ali, and one vocabulary word, griot. You are there. You are one of the thousands of people traveling with your king, Mansa Musa. He has brought you along on his pilgrimage to Mecca. You travel for many days across the Sahara before reaching Egypt. Mansa Musa pulls out some of the hundreds of pounds of gold that he has brought on the journey. The people of Cairo shake their heads. All this gold means that gold prices will be lowered for years. The king buys the finest clothing for his top officials. Mansa Musa is a generous king. You have even heard that he gives handfuls of gold dust to beggars who come up to him. As you leave the city, you hear praise singers honoring your king. They sing of his generosity and kindness. This section that you're going to be listening to today talks about three kingdoms in Africa: Ghana, Mali, and Songhai. Now, these three kingdoms did not exist at the same time, but they existed all in about the same area. If you turn and look at the map on the bottom of page 377, it shows the area in West Africa where these three kingdoms were located. Ghana was the first one in purple. Mali was the second one, which is a little bit bigger area than that. And then the third one is a little bit further to the east. That is called Songhai. So those are the three that we'll learn about today. First, Ghana, back on page 375. Gold was a valuable resource to the empires of West Africa. It made them very wealthy and brought in trade goods from other lands. The ancient kingdom of Ghana was so well known that knowledge of its trade in gold had reached as far as Baghdad, modern-day Iraq in the Middle East, by the 8th century. Now, the Kingdom of Ghana is not to be confused with the present-day country of Ghana, which is also in Africa. Most of what is known about Ghana comes from the Arabs, who wrote down what they heard about the kingdom from traders and travelers. Ghana has existed since about AD 300. It was founded by the Soninke people, who began to act as middlemen for the gold that was mined in the south of Ghana. People in Ghana probably farmed, fished, and herded cattle. They produced many goods to trade with others. Berber peoples in North Africa led traders across the Sahara. Thieves often attacked camel caravans, but the Berbers still tried to keep the thieves away so that the trade routes could be safe. Safe trade routes meant that Ghana's capital of Kumbi remained a major center of trade. By the late 900s, Ghana was thriving and had become a great empire. Its location between the salt mines in the Sahara and the gold mines in Wangara made the middlemen wealthy and turned Ghana into an empire. Traders in Ghana took gold, copper, and palm oil from the south. From the north, they took salt, glass, and ceramics. Taxes on these goods added more wealth to the empire. Along with trade goods and wealth came ideas and religion that were brought by Muslim traders. Many of the Soninke people converted to Islam. They also adopted the Arabic system of writing. However, beginning in the 1000s, the Soninke people began to lose control of the empire. Different groups fought for political power. By 1203, King Sumanguru defeated the Soninke king and controlled Kumbi. To learn more about Sumanguru, you'll want to take a look at page 300 1279. Now this picture here at the bottom of the page, this almost looks otherworldly. It looks like something you might see on the moon. This reminds me of craters on the moon for some reason. But if we take a look at the caption, we find out what's actually going on here. This person is filling shallow pits with salt water. Once the salt water has evaporated, a cake of dried salt will be retrieved from the pits. And then it would be this salt that would be traded. Our next kingdom, Mali. West Africa remained under the control of various smaller states until AD 1235. In that year, Sundiata defeated King Sumanguru at the Battle of Karina and established the Empire of Mali. You'll read more about Sundiata on page 379. We know about Sundiata's life because of oral stories that are still told today by griots. Griots are professional storytellers. The Empire of Mali was expanded to include more land than had been controlled by the Empire of Ghana. People in Mali grew crops such as rice, onions, grain, and yams. They also grew cotton. Although Mali had a strong agricultural economy, it relied on trade for wealth. New discoveries of gold along the Niger River made Mali wealthy. By 1300, Mali had become the most powerful empire in West Africa. Perhaps the greatest king of Mali to follow Sundiata was his grandson, Mansa Musa. He was a strong Muslim ruler. Many people converted to Islam under his rule. Mansa Musa is best known for his pilgrimage to Mecca. He took with him thousands of people, hundreds of pounds of gold, dozens of camels, and other supplies. Along the way, he stopped in Egypt. His wealth, intelligence, and generosity made a lasting impression on Egyptian writers. On his return to from Mecca, Mansa Musa brought back an Arab architect who built new mosques in Timbuktu, one of the major trading cities in Mali. He also brought with him Arab scholars to teach Muslim beliefs and scholarship. Mansa Musa's pilgrimage to Mecca caught the attention of European mapmakers. The Europeans began to take an interest in the gold and other resources that Mali had to offer. Geni-Geno. Geni-Geno was an ancient city located southwest of Timbuktu on the Niger River. It was the oldest known city in sub-Saharan Africa. People first settled there around 200 BC. The people of Geni-Geno fished, kept livestock, and grew crops such as rice and sorghum. Archaeologists believe that the people of Geni-Geno traded with other peoples long before the Empire of Mali did. During the height of the Empire of Mali, trade goods were brought by land to Geni-Geno from the south and the west. From Geni-Geno, the trade goods would be shipped upriver to Timbuktu. After AD 1200, the city of Geni-Geno started to weaken. It was completely abandoned by about 1400, and no one is certain why the people left. However, some believe they wanted to live in the newer city of Djenné, which was just next door. And the third kingdom, Songhai. Along the Niger River lived a group of farmers, traders, and warriors called the Songhai. The Songhai people had fought to remain independent from the Empire of Mali. The eastern border of the Empire of Songhai began at the city of Gao, east of Timbuktu. Gao was under the control of Mali during the rule of Mansa Musa. At first, the city was dominated by Mali. However, in about 1375, the Songhai refused to pay tribute to Mali. By about 1464, they began taking over the territory around them. Under King Sani Ali, Songhai became an even bigger center of trade and learning than Mali had been. Sani Ali made many changes to the territory he controlled. He divided the land into provinces and had governors oversee them. He created a professional army and navy to protect his kingdom and trade. While the empire of Songhai was larger than either that of Ghana or Mali, it did not last as long as they did. More and more Muslims poured into Gao, Songhai's capital. Fighting among different groups soon led to some states leaving the empire. However, a threat from the north ended the last great empire of West Africa. In 1591, Songhai was attacked by the Moroccans from North Africa. The Moroccans were armed with guns. This new form of technology proved successful, and the empire of Songhai was defeated. We've got time to take a look at the biography of Sundiata on the next page, 379. Most information about Sundiata can be found in oral stories that are still told today by griots, or storytellers. They say that Sundiata was destined to be a king. However, Sundiata was sick as a child. He could not speak or walk until he was nearly 7 years old. Griots also tell us that the enemy of Sundiata's father was Sumanguru, who had conquered the kingdom of Kangaba and killed all 11 of Sundiata's brothers. Sundiata outgrew his childhood illness and organized a group of men to rise up against Sumanguru. I'm guessing he wanted to extract a little revenge. According to the griots, at the Battle of Karina in about 1235, Sundiata fought against Sumanguru. He wanted revenge. Sundiata declared, "I am the rain that extinguishes the cinder. I am the boisterous torrent that will carry you off." Sundiata was successful and defeated Sumanguru. Griots say that Sundiata worked to create a stable political structure. The political structure he created lasted hundreds of years after his reign. After 1240, he moved the capital of his empire to Niani, later known as Mali, which was between the Sankarini and Niger rivers. This site attracted many merchants. It soon became a very important trading point for the entire Sudan region. Sundiata converted to Islam, but continued to allow his people to practice their own religion. Thanks for listening.